Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca Keppel and I'm excited to share a new product from Waffle Flower's August 2019 release. These are the Color Combos stamps and dies. I used them to swatch out my colorful cardstock. So this is the Color Combos Tag Die. It cuts this long tag that has 3 embossed squares on it and the hole at the top and a rounded top as well. This is from the Color Combos die set, and it's got this square. It's also got a square of the same size cut into a large rectangle and 2 small rectangles. And these are the dies that I'm going to use to create my cardstock swatches. So you can see that I cut out the square. I did that of every color of cardstock that I had. I'm swatching my Gina K Designs cardstock today, so I cut out all of the Gina K Designs in the square, and then I also cut the same color out of the square with the 3 triangles. So now I'm going to do the same color that I did in the square in the large triangle, and then I have 2 small triangles of coordinating cardstock. And this is going to show me first a swatch of the color that I have and then a combination that I might want to use in a future project. So I'm going to do that with every color of cardstock. So I'm going to repeat the whole process, and I'm just using some tape runner from Thermoweb to adhere everything down. So you can see I'm going to start building up these color combos, and the bottom of the tag that I'll be able to easily flip through will be each color. So I think this is going to help me a lot when I'm trying to pick colors for backgrounds, for different layers on my cards, to have all of these swatched out like this, and to also give myself some ideas for some fun color combinations that maybe I wouldn't have thought of or tried, because I tend to stick to my favorite colors. I think a lot of people do that. You just kind of have a couple of color combinations that you really like, and so you use them over and over again. Well, I have all these really pretty colors of cardstock, and so I want to kind of step outside the box and think of some different color combinations. So I did kind of shift these triangles around. You can't see it because it's off screen, and just think about, how these would work together, and maybe put some things together that I wouldn't necessarily always put together. For the blues, a couple of the blues look very similar, so I kept them to the left of the tag that I was working on to make sure that I didn't repeat anything. So each of the color combinations will be a distinct combination that hasn't been repeated. And with the blues, I actually kind of just stuck with the color family. Some of the other ones that I had fewer shades or hues of the color, you'll see that I bring in a different color family to complete the color combinations. But for the blues, I have a ton because blue is like one of my favorite colors. Okay, now I am putting the tag with the color combinations and the swatches into my Misti, and now I'm going to use the little bullet stamp set. And it's got this square that you can stamp out. So if you want to do your inks or anything in that square, you can do that. Or if you want to put your cardstock in there, you can do that. I'm going to use that little bulleted list there, and I'm going to use VERSAFINE ink. And I'm just going to ink up the lines and the little bullets to the left of the lines there. So you can see that I'm only inking up the bottom of the stamp and then stamping it on that tag, and that's going to give me a little list that I can write the colors of cardstock. If you have trouble inking only the bullets, you can put a little piece of purple tape or washi tape or something over it so that you can remove that and then just get ink where you want it. I did screw up one. This is the one that I really messed up. So super easy to fix. I'm just going to stamp the bulleted list on a white piece of cardstock, the same white cardstock that I used for all the other ones. I'm using Nina Solar White because I like how crisp white it is. Now I'm going to take that little square die that we used to cut out the swatches of cardstock, and I'm going to place it over the bulleted list. And I'm going to take a look at the tag that I've already created to see how far down underneath the bulleted list I want my square to be cut. Not very far down. I want lots of room at the top because I will probably put Gina K Designs or something like that on top of it. So I just run that through my die cut machine, and then I'm going to put a little tape runner on the tag that I screwed up, and then I'm just going to lay this right on top. It's really handy because you have those little embossed squares that shows you exactly where to put this, so there was no problem lining it up. And yes, it looks a little different than the other ones, but no harm, no foul as far as I'm concerned. Now I'm going to use an ultra thin black Sharpie, and I'm going to fill in each of the colors of cardstock. So I have 1 and 2 are always going to be the same colors because it's the square and the large triangle. And then 3 and 4 are always going to be different colors, and those are the ones that are creating the combinations of colors. So I really could have just, done 1 and skipped 2 or whatever, but I like the way it looked. I thought it looked a lot neater this way. Okay, now the stamp set also has these little squares for numbers. I'm going to stamp them again with VersaMark on top of VersaFine on top of the cardstock. And when I'm done with that little number stamp there, I'm putting it in the palette squares of my Waffle Flower media mat so that I don't lose them, because I am going to go and do the rest of these. So I put 2 in the left-hand bottom angle of the triangle, and then 3 kind of up at the top towards that left hand side, and then 4 on that other little triangle there. So this way my bulleted list and my little swatches of colors all line up. This was really easy to do. I love having this. I'm going to put it on a ring and keep it right next to my cardstock hanging on a contact hook. So if you're interested in any of these supplies, I will link them all down below. I'm going to link all of the color combos sets that were released just recently, and I'm going to try and do some more videos about swatching inks and other things in color combinations. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Check out my blog. There is a giveaway right now going until August 8th, 2019, so definitely enter that at my blog, and then check out some other videos you might be interested in. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Have a wonderful day.